Hello to all of my Geminis and welcome back. This is going to be your love energy reading for the upcoming week. And let me go ahead and quickly show you the full spread and then I will get into it one by one. Remember, if you don't like what you see, you can change everything by, changing your thoughts, taking some actions because nothing is written in stone and everything is in your power. And let's get started. So firstly, I just want to point out that this will be for a very, very specific group of Gemini. So I want to be very clear here because this is a strong message that I was getting. And it is regarding reconciliation and it is regarding from someone from your past who's coming back with like all of their might. So if this is the type of situation that you're going through, then this reading is for you, okay? So first off the bat, and it was just like so crazy how these cards just like flew out and ended up in these positions. It was insane. So if you are thinking about a reconciliation or somebody's coming from your past, or if you're hoping that they would come back from your past, it is a high possibility that they're coming back. It is a perfect timing for your reconciliation. So if you were questioning this, or if you're like, can I trust this person? What if they screw me over again? They have grown. They are a different person now, and you can trust what they're saying, okay? Obviously, make them prove it. Obviously, pay attention to all of their words and actions, but they are in it for good and they're coming with a clean heart. And this situation can lead to a marriage within a year's time, okay? Or a serious commitment within a year's time. So at least an engagement, right? And that is why I said this is for a very specific group of Geminis because, you know, if you this was a breakup that happened because the person couldn't commit, the person wasn't ready, then they're coming back and they are ready and they're ready to commit. And you should be very clear and assertive about what you want from this person, right? So be like, hey, we've known each other for such and such amount of time, no more dating, let's make plans, and I want a serious commitment and I want to be in a serious relationship if that is what you want within this much time, okay? So be very upfront and clear and don't be afraid to voice your needs because that is important for you, okay? So now let's move on and see how the energies are going. So this could be reversed, but I'm strongly feeling this top person is you, Geminis, and this person is the bottom one is the energy that's coming towards you in your life, okay? So you have the Five of Pentacles upright here, okay, which is a card of jealousy and fear. So maybe in the past, while you were with this person didn't make you feel secure and you were afraid that they were either cheating or they might have been interested in other people. And this really took a hit on your self-confidence, and this is why maybe things just didn't work out for you guys, okay? Maybe this person wasn't willing to commit at that time and you were like, why aren't they willing to commit? Do they like somebody else? Are they interested in somebody else? What's wrong with me? Kind of situation like that, right? But you did get out of this and you became the emperor, right? So you became super responsible and ready, and you became a person who can offer love, that somebody can like depend on, and you're no longer insecure, right? You're ready for something solid and committed, and you don't want any more like empty promises. You want like somebody to straight up like declare their love for you and give you a commitment, and you're no longer in a position where you're willing to like date for years, right? You're like, let's do this, like let's form a plan. Either we're meant for each other, either we have things in common and we can see a life together, or we cannot, okay? So that is where you are, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? If that is how you feel, you should always voice your standards. And then you are right now at it as like a king of cups, so you're super sensitive and like mysterious, and people can sense that, people can feel that about you, okay? You definitely have lots of feelings, but you don't want to show them. You're kind of still a little bit afraid to show your feelings, and you have created this emotional distance, either emotionally or physically from this other person, right? You have just created this distance because you're like, I'm kind of too afraid to show how I feel because of what happened in the past, right? And that is totally okay. This person needs to prove that, they're like that they're in it for good, and that, and you should make them, I think, okay? Now this other person, Wow, you have the Knight of Wands, right? So here they come. They're like, let's do this. I've made up my mind. You're the one for me. I've come to my senses. Okay. Then they have Seven of Wands. So they're kind of defending themselves against like any suspicions that you've had for them. They're defending themselves, saying that, I have not cheated on you. I am not interested in other people. I'm sorry I made you feel this way. So they're being defensive, and rightfully so. Maybe they really weren't doing any of this cheating or anything. So they have to make you feel comfortable that that is not what has been happening. Okay. They're willing to fight for you against like anything or anyone. So they're like, I'm not going to be flaky anymore. I'm here. This is my stand, and I'm going to fight for this. Going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for this love because I've come to my darn senses. Okay. The energy that they're looking into at the moment is the Three of Wands. It's so if there were like any doubts about this partnership that you guys had, or if they had any doubts about you being the one, that is no longer the case, right? So these anxieties have now been dismissed completely. So the conversations will improve over time. They're hoping for that. They're trying for that, okay? So mutual difficulties are going to be discussed, and solutions and problems will be found. So there's like a lot of common interest between the two of you, and that is why maybe they're willing to fight for it. They know that you guys would make a good partnership, good companions for each other, and they're willing to communicate about all of this with you. Okay. So maybe try to bring your walls down a little bit, right? Slowly, not completely, but and voice your opinion. Tell them what you want from them, and then that is how the communications will improve over time. Okay. Let's look at the two people a little more for like a little more in advance. So we have this one person. We have the past lives card in reverse, the courage and the rebel. I believe this is you. So you've kind of let go of all the crap from your past, right? With this person, with other people, just all over, just have gone let go of. You've done this by having a lot of courage. You have gone through a lot of rough situations, rough patch, and then have grown out of that and got towards enlightenment, right? And have really worked on yourself. And you're kind of like a rebel at this point. You're like, you know what? I've gone through all this crap. Like, screw this. I'm going to look out for myself until something happens, right? And people look at you this way, but it's kind of like a very attractive energy, right? In the past, you've definitely wanted Ten of Cups. So you've wanted a solid relationship. You've thought about it as a hermit. Like you've gone inwards and you're like, this is what I want. So this is what you need to communicate to the other person, that this is what I want. I want a commitment. I want a happy family. I want all of this. Like no more like no more like halfway promises. Like I want everything. This is what I want. We already know each other. We already know how the other person thinks, and what the other person wants from life. So let's discuss this on a serious level. Okay. This other person has definitely, oh wow, they have definitely gone through something that you went through, right? So they have the Five of Pentacles. So they've definitely are at a point where maybe they think that if they don't act on this now, if they don't come back to you now, then somebody might snatch you away, right? So maybe they're feeling a little insecure right now, and they're like, maybe you are starting to be interested in other people because you have this amazing, like, rebellious, independent, and like very dominant energy around you. Like that is how you're seeing or you being perceived, right? They're willing to offer all of their love to you. You have King of Cups, right? So again, in the past, maybe they were putting walls and emotional distance because they weren't completely sure how they were feeling. But that is their past, right? Something has happened. The wheel has turned, and now this is super like karmic. Now you're in the situation that they were in once, and so both of you can see how the other person felt at one point in time, which is kind of a gift from the universe, in a weird way, if that makes any sense, right? So they're definitely getting guidance. Maybe they're getting guidance from friends, family, about the situation, because they're so oblivious and they don't know how to act in the situation, right? They've become more conscious about things. They want change. They want to change how they were. They want to change how things are, and they want to commit, right? Maybe they didn't want that in the past and they've seen their ways and they're like, this is stupid. What am I doing with my life? Okay. The energies that are going to be moving in the weeks ahead, and again this can change depending on how things are this week, right? Because energies are very fluid, and nothing is written in stones. But if things stay on this path, then the way things are going to be, you have the Ace of Swords, right? So you have triumph and like this, like exaltation of like strength and power. So maybe this person is just going to express things, very strongly to you, and we be willing to form clarity around the situation. You still have the Seven of Wands, right? So again, there will be more discussions, more like like the other person is going to try to persuade you that, hey, I have changed, this is what I can offer, let's talk, like more discussions again. And that is good. Discussions should happen. You should definitely, be up for it if you still love this person, if you still see a future with this person, and put everything out on the table. Don't hold anything back. So this way, you can start off clean and fresh, and both of you can know where each person stands. And if for any reason this person cannot offer you this commitment that you want, then maybe let them know that this is a no-go, because this is what I need in my life. Okay, but I feel like they want the same thing. Okay. And then you have the Two of Swords. So this is just adjustment and balance and harmony coming into the situation. Two people working at something equally in a balanced way. Okay. So again, maybe discussions will be had and you guys will be like, okay, let's get back together. These are the problems that we have. This is how we're going to work through them. This is how we're going to solve them. If we want to get a more stable and committed strong relationships and engagement and a wedding within a year, this is how we're going to make it happen, and it's just going to be very, very open and honest communications. So if this is what you wanted, Geminis, and this is what is happening for you, and I'm very, very happy because it's been a long time coming. You have definitely gone through lots and lots of crap. Okay. So all the power to you, Geminis. I'm very happy for you. Let me know if this resonates, and I will see you again next week. Goodbye for now.